Assalamualaikum. So today our group will present about belly bread. Our group members are Nurul Ilza binti Zulkifli, Nurul Anissa binti Muhammad Sulaiman, Nurul Fatin Aida Roslan, Nurul Najiha binti Zahrin, and lastly is Siti Aisyah binti Sabsudin. Next. So our table of contents are introduction, steps taken, process flow, holding costs, new products, and conclusion and recommendation. Next. So for the introduction, Belly Bread is a company that is located in Philippines. The company wants Belly Bread to be remembered as a firm that can deliver high quality products that everyone can enjoy. The Belly Bread strives to be the household first option in northern Luzon, Philippines. The company has a vision that to be the leader in producing varieties of bread that cater to all walks of life. And also the mission of the company is to bake every single bread perfect every day. The mission and the vision that the owner put for the company has been the motivation to make sure that the company will achieve it. The main office of the Valley Bread is at Benguet, Philippines. The company has been established in 1991 and had been operated for almost 30 years. Some of the products that they offer to the customer is included brownies, cheese bread, cinnamon roll, and cupcakes. The Valley Bread product can be found at all leading supermarket and sari-sari store in Philippines. The Valley Bread also offer the high quality product and also sell their product to the customer with the cheaper price. Next.
Okay, so now I will explain about the steps taken by the company to improve its productivity. Okay, next. Next. Okay, at the time 0.18, okay, the ingredient in the storage that can be shown in the time of 0.18 seconds show that the company reduced the space to keep the ingredient. The ingredient has been building up into some small space. The way the company stored the ingredient has reduced the total area that need for the store the ingredient, and thus the company can keep more inventory in one time because they just need a small space to keep the ingredient. Okay, next. Okay, at the time 0.42 seconds, okay, the mixer used in the video used two different speed, which is high and low. For the low speed, the mixer can spin the dough with 100 revolution a minute. Meanwhile, for the high speed, the mixer can spin the dough with 200 revolution a minute. The company can increase the productivity of the product using the high speed if there any increased demand of the products that exceeds the daily productions. Okay, next. Okay, at the time 1 minute and 41 seconds, the way the machine positions has reduced the space because the machine had put in the vertical positions. The machine has left the dough at high position and the dough had been poured into the cutting machine beside the lid. The dough has been cut and rolled into a ball before the dough arrived at the conveyor belt. Okay, next. Okay, at the time 4 minutes and 51 seconds, okay, the position between the oven and the conveyor belts that brought the bread to the cooling tower is efficient and effective because the space has reduced the time for the worker to bring the baked bread to the cooling tower. And the lastly is at the time 5, 5 minutes and 5 seconds, in the video say that the length of the cooling tower is more or less than 40 meters, for, uh, for 400 meters. The cooling tower has reduced the space used to place the cooling section because it been built with spiral design. In the process, the bread had been baked will go through the cooling section for 1 hour and 45 minutes to be cooled. The company has used the space properly and cost effective. Okay, so that's all for me.
Alright, next is the flow of the output. Next slide is about process. First is mixing. The factory, the place known as a storage and premix room, is where they store all the ingredients that are supplied every day and list all the components that will be utilized to make dough. Next slide. And second is cutting. The dough is cutting into smaller balls using the machines. It is dependent on the dough size. In 10 hours, this machine can generate 1,300 to 3,600 dough balls. Thirdly is molding. The dough balls are then shaped in a router before being conveyed to the conveyor belt to be flooring. It is then placed in a pocket intermediate profile which resembles a little basket. The dough balls were then allowed to rest for 8 minutes to make dough will be less tight and rubbery. So next slide is about proofing. Next. Next is proofing, which is the pans are placed to rest for an hours and half. The temperature in the proofing room is kept at 38 degrees Celsius with an average humidity of 80%. Then baking. Each tunnel oven is measured 20 meters in length and is divided into three zones. Each zone has a variable temperature will vary from 28 to 33 degrees Celsius depending on the type of dough being baked. The freshly baked items are loaded onto a conveyor belt and sent to the cooling tower after baking. So next is cooling. The put a cooling tower might be 400 meters long or less. The freshly made loaf take an hour and 45 minutes to travel from one location to another. Next slide. Next slide is slicing. Then the loaf slice and wrap. And lastly, process is packing, which is to keep the bread fresh. The packaging machine use a fast load technique. 35 loaves may be packed per minute using the sealing machine. That's all for me.
Okay, next I will explain about the possible holding cost. So, inventory costs include four essential elements involved in inventory. One of them is holding cost or known as carrying cost. It refers to the cost related in storing the unsold inventory. One example of holding cost is electricity. Every warehouse needs a good electricity to operate and keep the inventory. Besides, the inventory needs to be stored with an accurate temperature in order to keep them fresh. The warehouse operates for long hours and have low occupancy, and advanced lighting controls can reduce energy consumption. Thus, manufacturers consume a large amount of electricity per month at their warehouse. Okay, the second one is the maintenance. A regular maintenance is mandatory to ensure all the products are kept in place and are in good condition. Due to the large warehouse that store various kinds of products, the maintenance cost is considerably high. Besides, preventative maintenance is important and usually used in warehouse. For instance, ensuring accurate inventory is important to start a right balance of inventory and can ensure customers' satisfaction. Maintenance also needs to be done at the end of the month regularly. When there is negligence in maintenance, it can result to delays and unexpected incidents. Okay, the third one is the spoilage. All the product need to be processed and stored properly to avoid from any spoilage. It is a wastage or loss incurred in the warehouse. For instance, related to the packaging process of the bread, the quick lock system is important to always keep the bread fresh from any mold or dry. Therefore, spoilage needs to take a serious attention because pastry product can easily expire. Since the warehouse stored various kinds of products on a daily basis, any spoilage can result to additional costs that need to be recovered. Okay, next.
The fourth is mistakes by workers unintentionally in the process of stock count. It can be arisen because of some reason, such as time pressure and doing complex things in one time. The mistakes that made by workers will contribute to holding costs. For example, accidentally key in a wrong number of units of inventory in the account. For instance, a staff accidentally key in 1000 units equivalent to RM 10,000 of stocks are available, but the accurate unit is 100 units and RM 1000 of stocks are only available. Then 9,000 will be a holding cost. The last one is pilferage of the ingredients and inventory in a warehouse may occur. The pilferage can be caused by human and also animal. As mentioned before, all ingredients are stored in a storeroom. The sacks are exposed for pilferage from pets when the inventory is stored in stacks, scattered and edible. It might be perforated of woven sacks or get stolen by animal. If a lot of stock's been stolen and perforated, the quantity of inventory decreases and will contribute to a holding cost. Thus, pilferage should be taken seriously in order to handle and avoid from it happen. We suggest to monitor the inventory and do maintenance regularly should be done. Next.
So next is the new products. With all of the current equipment in their plan, Value Bread Company is capable of developing 4 new product lines for their organization. Next slide. Okay, so the first one is quinoa hamburger bun, maybe the first new product to enter the market. This bun is really a new creation in terms of taste as contrasted to the basic and conventional hamburger bread that they have already produced. Additionally, this new flavor is unique enough as the main ingredient, quinoa, is one of the world's most popular health food. And also, it is a gluten-free seed that may be used as a substitute for rice and other grains for their customer. This new product really perfect for those customers who live a healthy life or maybe in diet. Next slide. Waffle are the next new product that Valley Bread may be able to produce using their existing equipment. Waffle are indeed a product that is enjoyed by people of all ages and walks of life. Waffle is a delicious snack that can be enjoyed anywhere and at any time. As a result of this new invention, it is possible to save time for those who are in hurry, and then we can eat this waffle at any time. Waffle can be served with a variety of toppings such as fruit, honey, and ice cream. Next slide. The third new product is tortilla wrap. Valley Bread may produce this new product but make it more appealing with various flavors such as barbecue, potato, or whole grain. Tortilla wrap that Valley Bread will produce have many uses. For example, you can make it as a wrap, pizza crust, and can also be eaten with curry or other sauces. People will love this innovation as it is very interesting as it has many uses and is also very tasty to be eaten. Next slide. And last but not least, new products that Valley Bread can potentially produce using their existing equipment is mini bread buns. To put it another way, this sizing innovation has been created specifically for customers who like a smaller size than the standard size. Valley Bread may also include a variety of other flavor into this new product to make it more interesting to customers, such as coconut kaya, butter, chocolate, and peanuts. Thus, customers will be more interested to buy it since it offers a wide range of options and they are eager to taste each and every flavor that is available. That's all for new products. Next.
Okay, so in conclusion, this study has explained truly the production process in the Valley Bread Factory. As mentioned earlier, the purpose of this study is to identify the process flowchart that describe the bread making process, several holding costs that company has to carry, steps taken to improve the productivity, and more. However, Valley Bread is only based in Philippines. In order to improve the productivity, it is recommended for them to expand their business into the global market by exporting it to another country. Additionally, the 4 new product ideas such as quinoa hamburger bun, waffles, tortilla wrap, and mini bread buns are a good strategy to attract both existing and new customers at the same time. As a result, a proper operation management is vital to ensure the business runs successfully. Okay, so that's all from our group. Thank you.